My name is Richard Jobson from Design Engine Architects. At the time when we were commissioned, it wasn't clear what they wanted in detail, and we were part of that briefing process. They wanted a social learning space, and associated with that was a new library that Oxford Brookes was desperately needing. It was built in 1958. Since then it had a lot of poor development and it had become a very poor campus. And they recognised that was a failing part of their offer, if you like, to students. Faculties and departments within the university were becoming so separated from each other, and therefore they weren't interacting. There wasn't a space where they could effectively come together. So they wanted to completely break that apart, and therefore the design of the project was all about trying to integrate the university back together.
I'm Ben Catley-Richardson. I work for Oxford Brookes University. I'm a member of what we call the Space to Think campaign. The main aim of that campaign was to talk about this building and to get across to students, staff and visitors the vision that we had and what we wanted to achieve with this space. Well, one of the biggest things we were trying to create, one of the things I talk to people all the time about, was this space here. Now, one of the crucial areas about here, and obviously the furniture assists with creating this sense of a dynamic environment, people coming and going, there's a cafe, there's a walkway, and obviously there's places for people to study, sit and socialise. For many years at Brookes, we haven't had a central hub to the campus. Whereas here, we've, as I say, all these different purposes that you can come to this space for, and it really creates this heart of the campus. So what we're creating is a community here on campus, something that's really alive.
I'm Joe Parton. I'm a student at Oxford Brookes University. I'm in my third year studying history. Being at university is just as much about where you learn as much as what you learn, and it's an absolutely incredible space to learn that. It's inspirational, if nothing else.
My name's Pete Mills. I've been a student here since 2004. I'm an associate lecturer here and I work as a receptionist on the front desk. Well, the new building is obviously a very big help, but it's really great just to have a new space that's very open and very accessible for all the students. It just gets so heavily used, sometimes it's even difficult to find resources at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I'm James Knight from Broadstock Office Furniture. We were involved in various project meetings set up by the university, engaging the end users, finding out their aspirations for each area. So the forum space was probably the most interesting of all the areas that we looked at, in terms of it being a social learning space, which most universities are now seen as the future. So the furniture choice was very, very in-depth in terms of we looked at a lot of different options to find out what would fulfil. So top of the lecture theatre was really designed to be in keeping with the forum, but more of a group learning zone and provide a sort of informal group working space outside of the classroom. The library wanted a modern space, but still, as with most libraries, still a traditional area where things like silent study are very, very important to the students. Catering areas, we engaged closely with the catering staff. We knew that there was a high footfall through the area, so it was important that the furniture specified was robust, very, very flexible, very much involved with Design Engine, the architects, to define a specification for these areas that would work for everyone.
I'm Christos Flores. I'm a third-year undergrad student at Oxford Brookes University. The university has changed, the image of the university has changed, and it starts with the architecture, it starts with the building, with the furniture and everything. The students today, you see students all around you, and that's something you never saw before. There are spaces for students to work together and spaces for students to work individually. You have the atmosphere of being at an academic environment where everyone's working, everyone wants to be here, people are having fun. You finally have this central space.